It's time to let it flow. It's time to let it flow. Yeah, it's time to let it flow. Yeah, it's time to let it flow. It's time to let it flow. What's poppin'? Welcome to the next episode of Let It Phlo. I have a special guest, Carrie.
Hey, what's going on, D-Phlo?
Not much. How you doing?
I'm good. Thank you for the invite. This is nice.
For sure. I see you do a podcast as well.
Yeah, I do. It used to be, well, a lot of people know me from doing the Plug podcast and doing media, being outside as the Plug podcast. But, we have to switch it up, rebrand it. Being a podcaster, sometimes like names or phrasing or certain words kind of puts you in a box. And I was trying to, expand, make it a little bit more mainstream, if I could say, less urban, more mainstream. So it's called Let's Get Carried Away now, and we do get a little messy, but it's a little bit of a rebrand.
Yeah, I like the name. Let's Get Carried Away.
Like it?
That's dope.
Good.
You found a way to use your name because mine's Let It Phlo.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So just find a way to make your name create a brand.
Absolutely, that's the best way.
For sure.
It's about us.
Yeah, exactly. At the end of the day.
At the end of the day.
So for you, is it mostly bringing other people on?
Yeah. So the show is pretty much interviews, whether it's an artist, entrepreneur, anybody really. We bring them on there. We do ask them, some basic questions, but I try to get to the questions that they're not asked 1,000 times. We've watched interviews on other people's platforms with the same people and they get asked the same questions. So I like to switch it up, make it a little fun, let the audience know something that they might not have never heard on any other podcast them talk about. We really get into the nitty-gritty of things on mine.
That's a smart idea.
Yeah.
Because I notice a lot of interviews, like especially rappers, they just get asked the same thing over and over
question.
about their songs and how they come up with this song. And it's like, I feel like for me personally, especially when I interview rappers, a lot of them have deep stories.
Yeah, and I feel like they get asked the same questions because people don't do research. Journalism is like a lost art now. Like people take like Instagram clips or whatever or the salacious headlines and then they just create questions off of that, not thinking maybe this person don't want to hear this question for the 15,000th time. Maybe they really want to talk about something deep, like you said, because a lot of them have real stories that they don't get asked those questions. They want to talk about that stuff. It makes them more relatable, makes them more personable to the audience. So.
Exactly. See, for me personally, I have questions, but I don't. It's more of a conversation.
Yeah.
It's like I don't really consider it an interview. I consider it a conversation.
Absolutely.
And I feel like that's a better way to go because it's more genuine instead of just trying to catch that viral moment. And I see some people who have like bigger podcasts, like bigger budgets, and they're over here like having like people production, like cut. Oh, can't say that. You got to answer it like this. I'm like, I can't. I don't want to do that type of podcast.
I have been on set for some productions like that. It's interesting, but like you said, they're under these big companies that want them headlines. That their goal is to be on the Shade Room or whatever. So I think it just depends on the podcast vibe.
It does. It depends on where you're trying to go with the podcast.
Exactly, and I like conversational interviews too. That's how mine are as well. Like. You don't have to, first of all, podcasts aren't scripted anyway, but you don't have to we have to talk about this, and this, like have certain points. And as the host, you should know how to pivot. You know what I mean? Like sometimes the story will go this way, but you got that on the list, so now you got to just pivot and go to that. It's just really more of a conversation, and I feel like the guest normally is more comfortable when it's more of a conversation versus you just like spitting fucking questions at them. It's crazy.
Yeah, for sure. It's a different vibe of the answers you get too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And it's an energy too, but people can see in the clips or when they're watching the podcast.
And then you'll see the difference. Like they're a little bit more comfortable. They're relaxed. Like you can definitely tell the difference between like, I can't even say Breakfast Club because their stuff is conversational too. But it is more question. It's not really a conversation. When it's a conversation, it's because they already, know the person so they can kick it and giggle with them. But it's still boom, 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 boom. When it's a conversation, it's a little bit more natural. They talk. Right. They open up a little bit more.
Exactly. And for me, a lot of the people I'm interviewing, I just met them at that moment, and just still try to keep it. That's why it's Let It Phlo. I just let it flow how it go.
Yep, as you should.
Instead of doing it that way. But you know, whatever works though, because some people might go a different direction with it, and that's what works for them. So I'm not knocking them. I'm just saying my personal perspective of how I would do it.
And everybody has a different style, you know.
Yeah.
So if that's their style, that's cool. It works for some people, but some people it don't. We not them people.
Right. Exactly. So what kind of like what got you into the podcast? Like what made you want to start doing it?
I've been doing radio, internet radio, all of that stuff, for a long time before it was even called podcasting. It was internet radio. Remember them days?
Yeah.
They didn't really know what it was. They didn't know what to call it. It was just internet radio.
Right,
You know,
yeah.
log onto your computer. Then they got the apps where you could do it on the phone, but it was still called just internet radio. I got an internet radio show type situation. And that was years and years ago. That was when I was still in DC. I was a part of a show called the After Party Show on Rip Radio Network. We did that show for like 10 years, I want to say. Because we started out there and then me and my co-host moved out here. Because we were like, we want to take it seriously. You already know it's only a certain amount of people you can interview. Once you
So
get
you
to,
came out here to do internet radio.
I came out here to do mainstream radio,
Oh
actually.
yeah, got you.
Yeah, so
But that's originally what you were doing.
absolutely.
And where from?
From DC.
DC.
So we got out here, did really good. Like it took off. My co-host actually ended up getting sick, so he had to move back home, and I just kept going.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's interesting because you know I did notice like being out with you in the club, like when you're on the mic, you definitely had the right voice for that, for you know for being on the mic. That's how you learned was from doing internet radio.
And I never wanted to host on the mic. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
Yeah,
My co-host, shout out AJ. My co-host was the one that was always on the mic. He's natural, whatever. It was actually his show. The After Party Show was his show. I was his second guest ever on his show. And we just vibed, you know, conversation, talking shit, you know, what we do. And after that next day, he called me like, hey, I'm looking for a co-host. You want to be my co-host? And I don't know nothing about radio. I don't know nothing about internet radio. And I'm like, sure, whatever. It was cool. We vibed. And since that day, you know, it just took off. He actually had to teach me how to be on the mic in the club because I never wanted to do that. Never.
well, you're good at it.
Thank you. It took a while. Like the first time he took me to a party with him and he was hosting and he set me up. And he was like, I'm gonna go to the bathroom. Here, take the mic. And when I tell you that man got ghosts for like 45 minutes. It was like, take the mic, just host for me. I'm just going to the bathroom real quick. I'm looking around, looking for him. Like, I know he didn't just leave me in here. He literally got ghosts for like 30, 45 minutes, like made me do it, like really pushed me into it. So ever since then, it was cool. I was terrified, but ever since then, it's been cool. It's something you got to get used to.
When you get forced to do something, either you're gonna just fail or give up, or you're gonna do probably better than you expected.
Exactly, and that's exactly what happened. I did way better than expected. Definitely wasn't always as good as I am now.
Yeah, for sure.
Because you got to learn. Like even seasoned hosts still learning. You still learning different styles, different ways, you know, to host. But
I mean, even as a rapper, because like me making music, I'm good at making music. I remember one time we did an event, and you put me on the mic, and I did not do good. You know what I'm saying? I forget where we were. What was
where was we at? I don't even know which one you're talking about.
I think it was the Blanco release.
It might have been.
And we was at it was a club downtown. It was kind of like there's an alley on the side of it, so it's like a lot of people park on the alley and then go inside.
Oh, you talking about members only? Was it members only?
Nah, I can't remember what it's called.
It's okay. It's
But
been 1,000 clubs.
Yeah, but whatever it was, but it was like even as an artist, I was really good at rapping, but I wasn't like very good on the mic. You know what's crazy is like I am now though.
Yeah.
It's like sometimes you have to get. I was in the shell. You know what I'm saying? Like I get up there and I can perform, but when it's time for me to talk, I'm giving the mic to somebody else.
Exactly.
Like I did my shit. I'm done.
I'm the artist. I'm not talking on the mic. I get it. Trust
You know
me.
what's crazy is just like what I was just saying. Like when I actually started doing it, in the podcast, that's when I realized I am good at that shit.
Exactly. You just got to do it.
You just gotta do it.
Yeah.
People think they can't do things. Like if you tell yourself you can't do something, or for some reason you believe you can't do something, then you literally can't do it.
Now I see if you say you can't do something and you've tried it and you genuinely like, I don't know, da da da. But saying that you can't do something and you've never tried it is crazy. Try it. You never know.
Yeah, or you tried it before and you didn't do good at it. So from then on, you're like, oh, I'm not good at that shit. So you
Yeah.
so you just believe it.
Yeah.
So if that's what you believe, then it's true.
Yeah.
You're not gonna ever be good at it. But if you believe you can do it and then you do it enough times, you'll be good at it. And a
Absolutely.
lot of times that be our greatest gifts.
That we didn't even know we had. Like I had no idea that I was gonna be still doing podcasting like I'm doing right now. I'd be in the club on the mic hosting concerts. Never even thought about it, but I never would have known if I didn't try.
Exactly. That's a life lesson to a lot of
Mm-hmm.
people. People don't try.
Yeah,
Or people are too quick to give up.
absolutely.
It's like, oh, I did it, and I did it for like a week or two. Everybody making money doing that shit, but man, I was losing money, or it just didn't work out for me.
It's you gotta have. People don't have patience either. That takes a lot of patience, to like really practice and build yourself up and da 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 da. It takes patience. It's a slow grind. Everybody's not built for the slow grind.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. There's so many people doing it right now with podcasts. It's the
Hmm.
thing to do though. Like it really is.
Everybody got a podcast.
Everybody got a podcast.
Everybody and their mama got a podcast.
So I feel like the goal is to figure out what can make you stand out to
Absolutely.
be that podcast
Hmm.
that is different than all the rest.
Yep.
What do you bring that they don't?
Exactly.
I think it's a person, the interviewer,
Absolutely.
or the person who's the host, because if like they got a person, I feel like when you're talking to people, if you're able to pull stuff out of them
Yeah.
and get that interviewed, and maybe they're talking different than they ever did before, because you're able to talk to the real them.
Because you're talking to the real them. Exactly.
Yeah, as opposed to like Breakfast Club where everybody's kind of up there putting a show on.
Yeah.
Like the person being interviewed,
Yeah.
they're putting on a show. They're trying to be funny.
Crazy because even they do all that and y'all be forgetting that's at like 6 o'clock in the morning
Right.
too, and they doing all that.
That's
It's just
crazy.
That's too much.
I
Like
bet most of them never went to sleep. You know what I'm
never,
saying?
never.
They're
Just came
up,
straight there.
straight there
Mhm.
after hours. Then they went to the after hours. And then
Exactly.
and now they're on the Breakfast Club.
Exactly.
Probably
Exactly.
nonstop, especially in New York. Like, come on now.
Yeah, they
Like,
never went to sleep.
They never went to sleep.
They never went to sleep.
Yeah.
No way.
That's why they're
It's not
so
possible.
lit in that motherfucker.
Exactly. That's why they still be taking shots in there in the morning when they get there. For sure, I've seen it.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
So doing like the promoting with the clubs.
Mm-hmm.
Like, well, first of all, what got you into that?
Well, I went to Hampton, and so I was a part of the team of people that threw most of the parties at Hampton when I was in college. So that's really how that started. Um, After I left Hampton, I moved back home from DC, like I told you. And I started promoting. That's when DC was lit. Zanzibar, Love, nightclub, Ibiza. That's when DC was like the place to go to party.
Mm.
Definitely not like that right now. But when it was at the peak of the peak, I was there. So I started promoting it, and then I met Adimu. I'm telling my age, y'all. Adimu. I don't know if anybody remembers Adimu. Adimu from Teen Summit on BET with Ananda. Rest in peace, Ananda. But with Ananda, he was the host. So I ran into him and his partner, Eric Clay. They owned a club, Ibiza in DC. And I don't even remember how I started working for them. But I ended up being their personal assistant. And that's literally, it just went up from there. Working for Adumu and Eric Clay at the time was... It was a blessing for real. I hated it. I'm not gonna lie. I hated it. I used to be doing all types of crazy shit, going to pick up liquor and this and that because you're the assistant to the owner. So it's like so much stuff going on in the club behind the scenes that people don't even see, wouldn't even believe be going on. And so I had to deal with that, the logistics, learning the POS, arranging the VIPs, getting the staff in order, all of that. That's how I learned all that stuff in DC.
So let me ask you this on that note.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of people who aren't willing to do that. There's a lot of people who aren't willing to put the work in to learn to become like the boss. Most times the boss was one time the employee.
Exactly.
At one point in time in their life, they were the employee. And one of the reasons they became the boss is because they learned from the boss.
Correct.
Right? So do you feel like that was something that helped you like along your way?
Absolutely. And every time somebody asks me like how did I start or whatever, I always mention them because they taught me a lot of stuff that people don't know how to do. I know club owners that don't know how to work their own POS. I know folks that's telling people what to do and they ain't never did their job a day in their life. It kind of gives you like a leg up. And to me, I'm not going to listen to nobody that ain't never done my job. I mean, that's just point blank, period.
Right.
Everybody's not like that. But, I've been the bartender. I've been the waitress. I've been helping security. I've been the person helping VIPs. I've done all of that. So you can't tell me how to do my job. You ain't never did it. So I do think that it does give us a leg up. And, for this is just for me personally, it kind of like makes me look at you differently a little bit, honestly. If you've never done it or you never even tried to put in that extra work. Because there's a lot of people that put in that work really and really know what they're doing because they've been through it.
Right. Like, people don't realize that. Like, a lot of the people who are successful, what they did had to do that.
Had to do
And
that.
sometimes they didn't even get paid a lot of money to do that stuff.
Or not getting paid at all. Like, shout out Coalition DJs. I'm a producer on the documentary that's coming out this year. We're in 2026 now.
Yeah.
This year. So we did the documentary. We interviewed like 50, 60 plus people. It was crazy. It was amazing though. You learn so much history about what everybody has done. Atlanta has so much history. We were talking about this earlier. Atlanta has so much history, but Coalition DJs, is the top of the pyramid, the bosses, Big X and Funky. And to hear their story from other people and from themselves is crazy. DJ Funky was like the server or like the busboy or something at the club. And now he's like the guy to know now because he's been through, like we just said, all of that stuff. He went through the grind. He wasn't getting paid. He wasn't, and now look where he's at.
Wow.
Yeah.
I feel like it's different now. Everybody thinks everything's easy because social media makes it look easy. They're like, oh, I see so and so, they up now. They did look, they did it in like a month or two, and it's like, so everybody thinks they can just come up easily. They always see all these success stories. They don't realize that most of those people had to go hard. A lot of those people had to do those things, like grind. Like, even as a rapper, we were talking about earlier, like when you're a rapper in the game and you're trying to get your music out there and you got some nice music, you got a record, it don't matter how good your song is. You could have the biggest hit of the century, but if you ain't got no money and you ain't got the right team with you, and then that song will never get heard. Or you could be someone who's in the basement rapping out their ass off every day, and you could have the best song in the world, but if nobody ever hears the song, and then the song don't even exist.
And nobody knows the song. Nobody heard the song,
Exactly.
At all. I know a lot of good artists though. Like you said, like I know a lot of good artists that just they ain't got it. Like they feel like the talent is enough, and that's crazy to say, but the talent is not enough.
It's not.
The talent is not enough.
You know why? Because there's so many rappers that are on that don't have talent, or they have. I ain't gonna say they don't.
But
have
you know what they
talent.
got?
They have less talent. They got
You know,
money.
you know what they got? They got money, and they
have
have
a team.
They got a team, but before the team, that somebody had to believe in them because they was getting up at 6 a.m. They was doing this, they was doing that. So they got some sort of hustle or grind behind them. So it's like, if I'm gonna put my money into this person, at least I know I'm not gonna waste my money because I know the nigga gonna work. He's proven that he has some hustle about him. Nobody gonna put no money or no push behind somebody that they ain't never seen put in no work.
Wow. That's exactly right.
That's facts.
That's what they had, number one. The reason why the people with the money got behind them is because they had that hustle.
Yeah, they could be trash. We know a lot of trash people, but guess what? They some hustlers though. They gonna grind. They gonna work.
Yeah.
So people would rather put their money into that.
They're consistently trash.
They're consistently trash, but they're consistently working.
Yeah, every day. And then eventually they'll get better.
Yeah.
They
can fix that. We got AI now.
Yeah, right.
But back then we didn't have AI, but we got AI now. The game is over with.
You got songwriters.
Yeah.
You got producers who
Absolutely.
gonna take that shit that didn't sound good and put a new beat on it.
Yeah, you got
like,
the team, and you got the team with the bag behind you now, so they gonna pay for it.
Yeah,
and they know they ain't gonna waste their money because you gonna work. They ain't gonna put no money into no artist and they ain't showing they can put no work. How they gonna care more about you than you care about you?
That's facts.
Yeah,
you said it exactly right. That's really the difference.
They can't. How you gonna expect somebody to believe in you? You not acting like you believe in you.
Right.
You not putting yourself out there. You not putting in the work.
It all starts with believing
I can't make
yourself.
you do that.
Right. It all starts with believing in yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Like, no matter what, whether you're rapping or anything you're doing.
Don't matter.
With you with the internet radio, becoming
Absolutely.
a podcaster. Believing in yourself is leaving your city.
Mm-hmm.
To go somewhere else where you could find more opportunity.
Absolutely, and a lot of people ain't never left their city.
Exactly.
So
If you want to be successful in whatever you do, if it's in this type of industry, and you're still in your city trying to run your city, I'm not frowning down upon it, but I've did that before too. It doesn't matter when you win. Okay, you won your city, but then what does that mean? There's no opportunity there.
I mean, some people, want to be known in the hood, and some people want to be known worldwide. There's two
Yeah.
different types of people.
Right, and there's
Two
nothing
different
wrong
types
with
of cloth.
either. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with either one. You know what I'm saying?
It's not.
It just depends on what your goals are. If you
Yeah.
want to be big,
If that's what you want to do, then do that.
exactly.
But everybody don't want to
If
do
you're
that.
trying to be known globally, but you're focusing on running your city, then it doesn't make sense.
don't work that way.
It don't work that way.
It don't work that way.
So you have to shift and be like, all right, well, I got the talent. I learned it from my city.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm different because we're different over here. Everybody got their own sound and shit. So now you go to Atlanta with it. You figure out what fits in over there, and then that's how. And if you're a rapper, there's a city for every industry.
There is a city for every industry, for sure.
You just got to go there.
And you just gotta not be scared, man. I moved out here. I didn't know. I mean, I'm a military brat too, so I'm used to moving around. But Atlanta is somewhere where people embrace you. They want to work because
Yeah.
everybody's out here. There's a lot of people that's not from here that's out here, and so they came out here trying to work. They see you came out here trying to work. I mean, I don't know about anybody else, but I was embraced. Like everybody, like, well, what can we do? Let's collab. Let's do this, just like this. Let's collab. Things like
Yeah.
that. Like people are really willing to work together out here. Versus sometimes when you're still in your city, people don't. You get to a certain level, sometimes people don't want to work with you. People kind of look at it as like intimidating, start hating on you, stuff like that.
1,000%. What you just
gotta get
said
up out of there.
is so true.
Yeah,
about
you got to get
Atlanta.
out of there.
And this is coming from someone, both of us, who aren't from here and experience a different place. A lot of people in Atlanta might not realize it, but who are from here because they never seen it. But it's like when you go to other places, especially like smaller towns, like people aren't willing to work together because they see you as a threat.
It's a threat.
Like when you're coming to Atlanta for opportunity, and like you got a bunch of people who ain't from here or they're from here too, they're looking for opportunity. It's like nobody's worried about, oh, if I do this with you, you might gain more than me.
And it shouldn't be like that.
It's like, who cares? Like me personally, if I teach you something or we do something and you gain a bunch of followers and I gain a little bit, I don't care. You know what I'm saying? We did that shit. It went crazy. I'm glad that happened. Now I'm gonna go for the next one. It's not a competition.
It's not.
Like my numbers are my numbers, and that's what was meant for me. And your numbers are your numbers. That was meant for you. And if you got it through us collaborating, I feel like, damn, we did some shit. You know what I mean? Because I'm not competing with you.
Everybody looks at it like we're competing, and it's like, no, we're collaborating and competing are two different things.
They're the opposite, right? They should be the opposite.
They're the opposite.
Think about that.
They're definitely the
They're
opposite.
the opposite, right?
They're definitely the opposite.
Yeah.
But it's like you said, in your hometown, like they don't.
They're not the opposite. It's like it's
It's
weird.
like competition.
Yeah, like they'll collaborate but then compete at the same time.
And you can't get nowhere like that.
That's not how it works.
Can't get nowhere like that.
It's like if you push somebody. I always say this: like if you help somebody up to the next ledge, not everybody's gonna help you up when they're above you looking down, but a lot of people will. Like that's why you should only mess with genuine people. Though.
Absolutely.
That's your responsibility. Number one, before you do anything in life, choose genuine people to mess with. Like
Discernment is yes,
who
for
you're gonna
sure.
rock with, because you don't want to lift the wrong person up. Because sometimes they'll get up there and they'll be standing at the gate like, you trying to get in here?
Yeah.
It's like, I helped you up here. Now you stand at the gate, not letting me in.
And I want to be clear, like with this Atlanta conversation, like you're gonna run into that. You got to go through trial and error too. Like it ain't all it ain't all sweet. It ain't all cookies and ice cream. You know?
Right.
So especially when you first out here, so you're gonna learn that, especially if you're a genuine person.
Yeah.
We're genuine people. We like to help a lot of people out. That's just the type of people we are. So you are gonna run into that. So you do have to,
your guard up
learn
at all times.
to be on your P's and Q's. Yes, for sure. Like,
No matter where you go.
and especially if you just got out here, they're gonna be like, "Oh, he don't know no better. She don't know no better. Let me."
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
it's a lesson you're gonna learn.
For sure. But I will say this: coming out to Atlanta, being a white rapper, it was all love. Like
Really?
it was all love. coming out here
That's a good thing. I mean, I love you, but I
for
don't know.
sure.
I don't know how everybody else
Yeah, no, you
receives it.
always definitely show
Yeah,
love
it's always
every
been
time
love. Yeah,
from the first time.
yeah.
But everybody was a lot of love. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like I never really had nobody hating on me on some weird shit. Like nobody judging me. So I feel like it was a good experience. I
Mhm.
always so going to Houston. I liked Houston out there. It was good. A
Mhm.
lot of people do work together, but just me being real, I feel like it was like still a competition thing. It was kind of
Yeah,
like a
I
I
can
don't
see
want you
that.
to gain more than me
I can see
off of the
that.
situation. And I get it, like when you're doing business, like I get it, like if we're doing business and we want to like both gain the same, like me and you are doing a deal
Mhm.
and we're coming down like, oh well, split it 50-50. But I mean, when it comes to content creation, you can't really look at it like, oh, we're supposed to both gain the same. Somebody
No,
might gain more off the shit, like it just be like
but
that.
you're gaining regardless. You didn't
Exactly.
lose, so
Right.
yeah, I don't get that
It
part of
shouldn't
it.
be so, but I just feel like not to say everybody's like that, but I just kind of felt that vibe. But out here in Atlanta, I just feel like everybody's doing their own thing.
Mhm.
It's like everybody has their own lane, and
Mhm.
then somehow everybody seems to end up on the same road,
Yeah.
trying to push forward, like
Yes.
in their own
In
lane.
their own lane, though.
But they're like switching
Mhm.
lanes and trying to work together to figure out how to get further.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's how Atlanta is, and it's like people are all just ready to collaborate. Like hey,
Absolutely.
what can we do? Like everybody's like, how can we work? And it's like, well, shit, you figure out a way. And then sometimes those types of interactions you get be the reason why you stepped it up. You might have met someone through that person, and
Exactly.
y'all, that's why I always try to make it like a 50-50 thing. It's
Yeah.
like I always give people everything. Like if there's anything I can ever tell anybody that I know,
Mhm.
I'd be like, hey, well, I'm gonna tell you, you could do it like this. I mean, if you want, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
This is a better way, but hey, let me know.
I'm famous for the giving a suggestion or just like introducing people. I don't introduce so many people to other people, and I love to see some people get upset like when they like, oh, how you talking to this person because I introduced you. I don't really give a damn about none of that.
It's
You know what I
not a
mean?
thought.
Like that's not even a thought in my mind. But I've actually experienced people like, well, how you doing this? I introduced you to them, and it's like, but we're all working together. Like that's a weird energy to me. Like I've introduced a lot of people that are doing a lot of amazing things that I'm super proud of, and I can be like, damn, I introduced y'all. I like this shit. I like to see people work together. Like you said, it's all about working together to move forward. So any way that I can help facilitate or put the pieces together, I might not know nothing about what y'all talking about. Hey, you do this, you do that. Hey, y'all should meet. And I'm stepping out of it. I might not know nothing about it, but I know that y'all might be a good collaboration. So why not share? You know?
Right.
Yeah, people be weird. People be weird, getting upset. I'm like, what you getting upset for? Like my homeboy JJ, going crazy with the content right now. I met him when he first got here from Houston. He from Houston, um, and I introduced him to. I mean, he's one of those people to where you just got to put him in a room type situation,
Mm-hmm.
and I like people like that because people always come up to me like, how can you help me? Who can you introduce me to? Da, 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 da. And for me, it's like everybody just be around. Like my events, they'll pull up, or I'm just in a situation where it's a lot of good people to know that's in the room. So if I tell you to pull up, pull up. I think people take it different because I'm a party promoter, so they feel like I'm inviting them to the party. But it's like,
Mm.
no, if you're specifically asking me, hey, I need help with this or this and that, I might not be able to walk you through those steps, but I can put you in a room with the people that can. Now I
Right.
can, like, how people say I can lead you to the water, but I can't make you drink.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if you actually come and do what you need to do, then
That's
you'll
on
be
you.
good. So JJ is one of them people. Like I was just like, I don't know. He hadn't figured out that he wanted to really do the content thing yet at that time. And I was like, I got some events, VIP events and stuff. We be getting invited to stuff.
Right.
He was networking. So I'm like, I'm just invite you to some stuff. Just pull up. Just meet some people, mix and mingle. Throw him in a room. And he was at 30K followers when I first met him. Now, man, is about to be at 300K. Just based
Wow.
off the content, the connections and everything. So, people gonna help you out, give you the connections like we was just talking about. But you gotta do the work. Back to what we were saying too. You gotta do the work.
You gotta do the work.
You gotta do the work.
You could have a phone full of everybody's contacts, but if you never hit them or reach out or never, if they're hitting you, pull up, and then those contacts mean nothing.
They don't mean nothing at all.
They do nothing for you. You got to put in the work. And it's like one thing about Atlanta is you have to be willing to get out there and network. You got to be
It's so much. It's so many. You could be walking down the street and run into somebody in Atlanta. So you're
for
crazy.
real.
You're crazy to think that you don't have to network out here, and it's easy to network. It's not like you're in a rural city where there's nobody there.
Right.
Everybody is there. You can go to Quick Trip and see a little Scrappy. You goddamn, you can go to the Falcons game and see Pastor Troy at the tailgate. You know what I
For
mean? Like
sure.
stuff like that. These people are reachable. You can touch these people. So you would be crazy not to network.
For sure.
This is the easiest place to do it.
People are willing to talk too.
And they want to talk to you. And they want to talk to you. I don't think I've ever ran into anybody on the street that's a celebrity out here in Atlanta. And they were rude. You know what I mean? Like they're very personable people. Like I say, you can reach out and touch these people. And they want to talk. They want to meet the people. They want to network too.
Exactly.
They trying to network too. So yeah, everybody's out here, like we said earlier, like really trying to grind and like work together if possible.
Yeah, and that's why we came back.
Yeah.
To,
I'm glad you guys are back. Welcome back.
for sure. Appreciate you. So what was the biggest event that you ever threw? Like the biggest, craziest party you ever threw?
Craziest party? My birthday parties are always pretty crazy.
Yeah.
And that was before I just exclusively started doing cruise. I would say like my birthday parties. I did, how long was I at Life? I was at Life downtown for like 3 years, I believe, like 3 years. So all three of them there was crazy. T Hood, long live T Hood. That's my dog. He ain't never miss a birthday. He was always at a birthday with the whole gang.
Wow.
Every year, never missed a birthday since I met that man. I always at my birthday. I always brought half of the east side out with him to the birthday.
Dang.
And then my birthday is in October, and it's that beginning weekend where it's like Revolt weekend, and that's when they were having the BAT Hip Hop Awards at the time out here. So it was like always crazy because everybody's in town that weekend.
Right.
The last one I had there, Hood was there. T.O. Green was there. He signed to Grand Hustle T.I. Now he brought DJ Clue with him, and it's just always been a vibe. I would say my birthday parties, all of them.
That makes
Can't
sense.
even name one. Like all of them.
What's your sign?
Libra.
Libra. Okay. I'm a Taurus.
Period. We get along.
For sure. So what is it like being in like a male dominated industry as a female?
Oh, it sucks. It sucks. I ain't gonna lie to you. It sucks. It definitely sucks. And it I just had a podcast episode about this with shout out Gigi, Lola, and Stina. They are very prominent hosts in Atlanta, so it was cool to get all of them in one room to really have like a girls conversation about the guys. But it sucks for us, for real. I'm not even gonna lie to you. It sucks. And as a female, it desensitizes you to a lot of stuff too. Even from when I started working for Eric Clay and Adimu, it's just kind of like they taught me that too. They taught me the tough skin. They taught me to separate your emotions from a lot of stuff. And as a female, that's what we are. We're emotional. We're sensitive. We're supposed to be girly, you know?
Right.
But we can't, the industry that we in does not allow us to be that. And if we are, you get ran over, you know? So you got to have tough skin. You got to be one of the guys. I was literally on a conference call. Shout out Coalition DJs again, but I'm DMV and ATO. So I do DMV as well. So we have calls, and sometimes it'd be too much going on for me, guys. Y'all already know that. It'd be too much going on for me. And I'd be like, if I'm not getting upset about it and I'm not catching no feelings about nothing, I don't understand why anybody on the call is getting upset about anything. Y'all are men. Put your big boy drawers on and take your feelings out of it. And so they were like, damn, you just rough. Like, why the fuck is you so rough? I'm like, I've had to be this way for so long. Like, I'm really one of the guys now. That's crazy. I'm really one of the guys, bro. Like, I try not to talk to people crazy, but people be like, no, you really be talking to people crazy like you a nigga. And I've been this way for so long. So I will say that, like, it's hard for us because we really do be wanting to be like girly girls, but we can't be girly girls. We got to be one of the guys, for real. Nobody gives a damn about your feelings. Nobody cares that you don't want to do this and do that. Get it done and figure it out.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, ever since I met you, you always did have a powerful energy about you,
Yeah.
for sure.
I appreciate that.
If someone that you couldn't just push over.
Hell no. I had to learn that. Definitely had to learn that. Like, don't worry about it. Don't let them talk to you crazy because you a female, because they are, because that's the first thing going to do. Oh, female. They don't take you serious anyway because you're a female.
Yeah. Because you don't see a lot of female promoters.
Hell no. You don't see a lot of female promoters. You don't see a lot of female hosts. You don't see a lot of female... now it's more, but at first it wasn't a lot of female radio personalities. Like,
Yeah. Or rappers too.
And rappers. I mean,
yeah.
now they in their era now, but look how long it took us to get here. It wasn't like that for a long time.
No.
And
Things
then
are
half of
changing.
them, what they doing? They talking like niggas on their song.
Yeah.
Rough.
Right?
Rough.
Yeah.
Rough. They females, but they still talking rough.
That's how they...
talking they shit.
Yeah.
They got to be rough.
Got to survive in this industry.
That's sad, but yeah.
I mean, it kind of makes you who you are. Were you always like that? Is that natural to you?
What, being rough? Hell
Yeah.
no. I'm sensitive. I'm a crybaby for real. Like, I'm a crybaby for real. Like, even like outside of the industry, like in my relationships, or when I am in a relationship, I'm the complete opposite. Like, I don't want to be mean and a boss and, all the time. Like, in my relationship, if I am in a relationship, that should be my safe space. I can put my guard down. I can be a girl's girl and, be cute and dainty and not have to think about nothing. Let him take charge. But I have not always been like that. I am sensitive. I am a loving person. I'm a crybaby. I'm all that good stuff.
Right. So, yeah, I mean, but you definitely, when in the club, you're a whole different person, right?
Yeah, have to be.
Yeah, you got to be. That's something you learn from doing it.
Mm-hmm. Got to be. As people see, people that take advantage of people can sniff that out.
Exactly.
Quick. And they'll be the first person in your face to try to finesse you out of something. So you gotta have that face.
That
on.
shield up.
Mm-hmm.
For sure.
Mm-hmm.
So do you feel like doing the promoting and hosting for the clubs, do you feel like the pay is fair?
No, hell no. I mean, the economy right now is fucked up. At one time it was really good.
Yeah.
Like, because there was a lot of money flowing around the city. You know what I mean?
After
Even
COVID.
in DC, like after COVID. I mean, COVID was cool. Before COVID, it was still cool too.
Yeah.
After COVID, of course, it was a little burst because ain't nobody had been outside in a long time.
Yeah. People out that money.
But it definitely is not the same. It hasn't been the same economy-wise in nightlife in a couple of years. I want to say
since, right?
Yeah, since COVID.
Since. It was just for a little minute. That was it.
Since COVID.
People
and
just
we never
chilling.
really closed. Like everybody.
Atlanta didn't.
We didn't close.
Barely.
It was so crazy to talk to my people out of town. Like, oh, we're still shut down. This is a year after COVID.
Yeah.
We still shut down. We still got restrictions. And I'm like,
insane. I went to LA.
Like, we've been back
real.
out.
Like a year after we were outside, I was in LA. Everything was still shut down.
Bro, everything was shut down but Atlanta.
It's crazy. Well, Houston was open too.
Okay, Houston.
Yeah, Houston, Atlanta was on the same
Houston.
type of time.
Okay.
Yeah, but I couldn't believe that the rest of the world was still closed down.
Atlanta was closed for, I want to say, 2 months, if that.
That's it.
And then they was like, we got to figure out how to get them back outside, put these masks on or something. Like, we got to get this money back flowing. Hell yeah. Like, we was back open in 2 months. Everybody else was like a year, 2 years. That's crazy.
But I do agree that it seems like things have slowed down.
No, it is. The money is not the same.
Nightlife.
No, the money is not the same. And then if you don't really know, it's 2 things. If you don't really know how much you're supposed to be getting paid and the different type of deals you can get, and they'll get over on you for sure.
Yeah.
But you got to bring value to the table too. So if you're not bringing no value to the table, you can't ask for X,
more.
Y, and Z.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So certain people get paid differently. I know people that get percentages. I know people that get flat rates. I know people that just get paid a bottle and a hookah. Depends on what you're trying to do.
Yeah.
And what you're willing to accept. So
yeah. You
that
use
bottle
all
and
the
that
line.
hookah is nothing. I don't want that.
Yeah.
I don't want that. I need some money.
Right.
What we doing? So
is that your main thing that you do?
right now, yeah. I've been doing that for a long time, making a nice little amount of money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
Everybody like, why are you only at crew? Because I used to be everywhere.
Yeah.
I remember me when I was at a different club every night.
Yeah.
And now I'm exclusively with crew because it's a franchise, so I do different locations, but I have my 2 resident locations that I do.
Yeah. That's what's up.
And just going from club to club and doing that, the money don't be money, and the money don't be adding up. The
Yeah.
time with the money don't be adding up. People pay you late. People try to shortchange you. People forget, oh, I forgot we didn't make it tonight. I don't got time for none of that. So when I initially started Crew, I've been with Crew for 3.5 years. Not once have I had a problem with getting paid, on time, all of my money.
Mhm.
That is key in Atlanta. On time and all of your money for sure. And it's not a billion party promoters on the party. Crew Lounge is small, it's intimate. I bring a lot of people out by myself, so that's perfect just for the amount of people that I bring out. And half the time, you've been to my party at Crew. Sometimes they ain't nowhere to move in that motherfucker, and it's just me.
Right.
So I didn't like the whole 1,000 people being on one team, and it just didn't make sense. So when I got to Crew, it was a lot more pros, business wise. Really, I have a lot more creative control over like what could happen or events and stuff like that. I don't got to talk to this person, that person. It's just kind of like very much so freedom to do a lot of stuff that I want to do creatively as a not just a promoter but a curator.
Right.
So I had to get rid of that and stick with Crew. So yeah, definitely Crew is love y'all.
Shout out to Crew.
Appreciate y'all.
They have a Crew in Houston.
Yeah, I know. They got like 3. No, not in Houston, but they have like 3 in Texas.
I think they do have one in Houston though.
They do have one in
Yeah.
Houston. I'm saying Houston is
Oh
one of
yeah,
them.
yeah.
But
But
I
they got
think
one in
there's
Dallas
3 in
too.
Texas.
Yeah.
Yeah, like there's 3 in Texas. I gotta go out there. I heard the one in Houston is fire.
I think my girl went. I never went to
I
it.
heard it's lit. We talked about the shade room earlier. They made the shade room.
Mm.
They definitely made the shade room. One for a good thing, one for a bad thing. We won't talk about the bad thing.
Mm.
But they had made on the shade room a couple of times for their napkin war parties.
Mm.
So they were just posting clips about how lit the party was, and it was wall to wall, and that's one of the bigger ones too.
Yeah.
Because typically they're kind of small, but Houston's like the bigger location, like huge.
I should have checked it out.
Yeah, we can always go back. Fuck it.
Yeah.
We can go back. Let me know when you
Definitely
going
go
back. We gonna go. I ain't never been either. Go.
For sure. So tell me like the like being a promoter. Like tell me like one of the craziest stories you ever had of something just went down. You're like, that shit was crazy.
It's a lot of crazy moments because I worked at a lot of different clubs out here. Whether it's an independent artist that be throwing tantrums, y'all be throwing tantrums at these artist events. But
but about what?
anything like, I do my artist appreciation, so my stuff is free.
Yeah.
Mind you, everybody else in the city charging y'all $300 to $500 to do some stuff.
Yeah.
But I do my artist appreciation once a month, and it's like the free stuff sometimes ain't even worth the hassle. Like they want this, they want that, and I'm like, baby, it's free. It's free. Parking is no cover to get in, and we spinning your record. All I'm asking you to do is read instructions. Now, if you can't read no instructions now, I can't do nothing about that. So they'd be like, well, I didn't know this or I didn't know that, and I want my song played at this time. And I'm like, you didn't read nothing I sent you. And at that point, I just tune them out. If you can't read, baby, I can't do nothing for you. Like,
Right.
that's simple comprehension. But as far as like a crazy situation, um, I was at Life one day and this stripper got into a fight with a customer. It was crazy. One, I never agree with the strippers in Life anyway. I don't like the strippers in regular lounges anyway. That's just weird.
Mm.
But that started because of COVID, because the
Mhm.
strip clubs was closed.
Oh, okay.
And then they just kept it. And I
Mm.
hated it. Somebody from out of town, out of towners that don't know nothing about no strippers or whatever. People throwing money. The birthday girl, picking up the ones off the floor that the stripper's supposed to get. Stripper said something to her. Birthday girl got smart with her because she drunk. She picking up the money anyway, and they
Right.
literally had a whole fight in the middle of the dance floor about some ones. Crazy.
Mm.
Out of towners don't pick up the ones. They not for y'all. They are for the girls, please.
Dang.
But she didn't know. She just drunk, having a good time, and she like picking it up, putting it
them
on her
ones.
hand. Like, girl, you want to
Wow.
get beat up in here? You want to put that money back down?
That's insane.
But a lot of people don't even know etiquette. People don't know stripper etiquette too. So, I mean, that's not her fault, but somebody should have told her. I feel like one of her friends should have known.
Where are they from? That
I
is-
don't know, but I feel like that's a universal rule not to pick up the ones.
You would
but
think, right? It sounds crazy.
But that's not the first time I've seen somebody try to pick up one. So I know that it's not common knowledge to people, but I'm
I've
trying
seen
to
people
figure
pick
out
them up and then throw it
and
again.
rethrow them.
Hmm.
Yes, I've seen them do that, and I've seen some people just pick them up and keep them, and I'm like, y'all want to get beat up in here? I'm confused.
For
Them
real,
girls don't play about their money.
you stealing? That's crazy.
You think they shaking ass for free for
Exactly.
you to pick up their money?
That is insane.
That's nuts. That's not what they here for.
For
That's not what they here for.
real. So let me ask you this. I'm gonna get deep with you for a second.
Okay.
So what's the hardest struggle that you went through in your life?
Um, the hardest struggle for me that I've gone through in my life is really within these past couple years for real. I was just in a really really bad situation, in a really bad relationship, in a really dark place, you know. So once I separated from that, it kind of like tore me down for real as a female. Um, it was a very public situation. You know about it. It was a very public situation, so that was hard to deal with too. Um, Business wise, like we were talking about as a female in business, like it makes people look at you a certain way. Like being in an abusive relationship and then nobody knowing about it, being outside with the person all the time and this and that. We did a great job covering the shit up. I would tell you that. But when everything got a little bit more public, it's not a it don't make you look good. You know what I mean? It makes you look like weak, like we were talking about. Like you always got to look like this tough, person as a female. So it kind of makes you look like, oh, she let niggas beat on her and shit. Like that's crazy. She ain't even as tough as she thought it was. She was. So it kind of did really do a number on my like my self esteem, my confidence. It made me like be more of an introvert, even though I am naturally an introvert, but like outside, like a little bit more socially awkward now. Like, cause now to me in my mind, it's like, damn, is everybody just looking at me, like judging me now? That I went through that for a long time, for like
Damn.
a year. I think it's been about 4 years since then now, and it still does have an effect on me. Like I'm getting back into my groove now within the past like 2 years, but it definitely took me a minute to like just sit back, regroup, regain some confidence, regain some self esteem that I had lost.
Hmm.
You know,
Dang.
but yeah, that's been the hardest thing, honestly. Yeah, that's been the hardest thing because it was so public. If it never went public the way it did and went left the way it did, it probably wouldn't have bothered me as much. But then, we were both in the same industry. We
Yeah.
outside like we got damn Cardi B and Quavo outside at the club. So
Yeah.
if it wasn't so public, it probably wouldn't have affected me. But yeah, it was a public thing, so I had to like deal with it in public. And we as a promoter or manager or whatever in the club, we don't get no days off. We can't take days off to kind of
Figure it out.
figure it out. I got to be outside the next day at my party. I got to
Mm.
put the smile on and make sure everybody else good. So
Yeah.
that was hard to do.
Well, I'm sorry you went through that.
Oh, I appreciate that.
So do you feel like dang, that's tough. I'm just thinking about that. I remember back in those times.
Hmm.
It just sucks that happened. The whole situation.
Yeah, the whole situation crazy.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Dang. So do you how much did that impact you? Like today, like you feel like you've overcame it now?
Yeah, I don't think that I'm fully because that's gonna take a while for anybody to go through that. That's a very traumatic situation, so that's gonna take a while to heal from that. Am I better?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure,
I'm glad to hear that.
for sure.
So what advice do you have for other women out there who are going through a situation like that? Maybe they're specifically going through it right now. They don't
Hmm.
know what to do. They don't know who to turn to.
Hmm.
Like what advice do you have?
Um, Even if you feel stuck, because I feel stuck. Even if you feel stuck, make sure somebody knows. For a long time, nobody knew. Like nobody. Like nobody would have known if it was like one incident. I think that might have happened in front of my homegirl. Because my homegirl was at my house. But if it wasn't for that situation, nobody would have known. You know what I mean? So make sure somebody knows for sure. Um, and lean on that person. That trust that person. You don't got to tell everybody. That's not something you want to tell everybody anyway. And make sure you got that one person for sure. Like, that's really the only thing, because you can't tell somebody to be like, well, leave and da 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 da. It don't work that way, you know.
Yeah.
Especially when you're in that situation, and you genuinely, more 9 times out of 10, you love that person, so you're thinking
Yeah.
that it's just a phase type thing. So it's you can't tell somebody to leave. No, you need to leave. You need to. That don't work. So just make sure that you have like at least one person that you can talk to. You know, that'll definitely help. And you're gonna leave when you want to leave. Can't force nobody to leave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's just life in general.
That's life in general.
You
You're
gotta
right.
have you have to have that one person in your corner.
hmm
And you should open up. A lot of people don't tell people shit they're going through.
Exactly.
So I feel like that was a powerful message.
Mhm.
You know, because when it gets on the social media, now you got to deal with a lot of, especially when you're in the industry
Yeah.
or you know that can affect you.
Yeah.
That is on social media.
hmm
Now you have to be very careful. You know, so that's why you want to really just talk to one person
One person.
as opposed to letting everybody know.
Absolutely, don't get on social media, do all the extra, talk to that one, because that could make it worse. You know,
In
so
most cases,
in most cases it does, and so and in most cases that's why people don't talk to people, because they feel like if somebody knows and then they
they're
find
gonna tell
out,
other people.
it's gonna make it worse, and it make it worse for them at home and X Y Z, and it's
So
like
you're saying
no.
that, and you know what? That's so. I'm glad you said that
hmm
because and it's not just with this situation. It's
hmm
every situation. People hold everything in
Yes,
fear
you have to
that
talk.
they can't that someone's gonna repeat it. They might be going through a financial situation, they're going through a situation like that, or something that they don't feel like they can tell other people.
Yeah.
So they hold it in, and that's why they end up doing something harming themselves or doing something crazy, giving up on their dreams. And if you just would have talked to somebody,
Yeah.
because I feel like everybody has somebody,
Everybody got that one person.
and you have to
Everybody.
recognize that and confide in them.
Mhm.
You know, and if they repeat it, it's like, you know what? It's okay if they repeat it
Mhm.
because it just showed you that there's maybe you got to find someone else. You know.
Yeah, or now you know you know you could treat people accordingly. That's with anything. Like once you see who somebody is,
Yeah.
just move accordingly. They might not be a horrible person, but it's like, okay, now I know I just gotta do these things with you, or only tell
Yeah.
you these things. You just
Yeah.
learn how to treat people accordingly.
Exactly. But there's always, I feel like you always have that one person. And if you don't, then you should open up. If you don't have that one person to go to, the reason why is because you're not opening yourself up.
Yeah.
Because you know there's that one person you want to talk to.
People are scared of getting judged.
Yeah.
I think that's what it is.
Too scared.
Too scary.
I feel like social media is part of the reason, though.
Absolutely.
Because everybody's got this whole social media perspective, judgment, not being their genuine self, and they take it to their personal life.
The social media is not real life. Like,
Exactly.
people don't even understand that. That's not real.
Mm-hmm.
What they posting is not real. That car they standing from not real. The money they holding probably prop money, y'all. It's not real, okay?
Not real.
It's not
If
real.
it is real, it's one moment captured of their life. But what about the downtime? Who goes on there and
Exactly.
says, "Man, I'm late in the rent. I'm late in the rent right now." You know what I'm saying? Like,
I look good.
yeah.
Like
You feel
that's
me?
crazy. Yeah.
Like nobody's saying that shit. Nobody. So you're only seeing a little piece of real. You know, you're not seeing the whole real that people really go through in life.
It's a persona. It's a facade.
Yeah, and people get fooled by it,
Yeah, for sure.
and they feel like they're inadequate. Like, I'm not good enough. Look at them. They got the Maserati. You know
And I don't mess with you too. Like you gotta instill in your mind like this is not real. Some of it is real, but a lot of it is not real. Like
Right.
we
I
were
mean,
just talking about that too with the YouTube stuff. Like
yeah.
some of the stuff is not real. It's content and whatever, but people in their mind think it's real. Like,
They're fooled by it.
come on now, we gotta be quicker than that. We gotta be smarter than that.
Exactly.
It's content.
Well, I'm glad that you're growing from that situation. You know, I wanted to kind of like tap into that, like for the women out there, because there's
Yeah, for
women
sure.
going through it right now who are in these situations that they don't know what to do. You know what I'm saying? They're stuck in it. And, you know, at the same time, like me being a man, you know, I'm not going to act like I'm just innocent. I've been in some situations with girls, and sometimes it be both ways. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
not
They
to-
don't,
not
and
to-
they don't even want to touch on that either. They don't
Exactly.
focus on
And
that.
Not to put blame on you. I'm just saying a lot of these situations, it's unique to all of us. And it's like sometimes when two people get together, you know, sometimes it's a bad chemistry. And it can bring the worst out of both of you. And what happens is you have a decision to make for the ladies out there right now going in through that,
Mm-hmm.
like to walk away or stay,
Yep.
and for the men out there too.
Mm-hmm.
If you are the woman who's bringing the worst out of you,
Mm-hmm.
walk away.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're a woman in a situation where you bring the worst out of him or he brings the worst out of you, or both,
Or both.
you
Mm-hmm.
need to walk away from that situation.
Mm-hmm.
It's a choice, and it's like this trauma bond, love that happens, and you just like it's so fierce, and it's like because I don't like to like make it painted a picture like someone's just a horrible person
Right.
because even though they did horrible things, including myself,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying, we're not a horrible person at the end of the
Exactly.
day. It's just that
Exactly.
when these two beasts got together, it became a bigger beast. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah,
love
it
is
can.
supposed to be about, like what you said, love is supposed to be about you get with somebody and it tames the beast.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
It's like you could be a beast outside, do
Mm-hmm.
your thing, but when you come home, it's supposed to be this union of
Yeah.
the beast has been tamed from both perspectives, from
Yeah.
the woman and the man.
Mm-hmm.
And if we can create that, that's what love is. That's what love is. No, that's not what love is. That's what love is supposed to be.
That's what it's supposed to be.
And sometimes it could be different, and
Mm-hmm.
it's not still love. It's just a different type of love,
Yeah.
And we just have to make a choice to not continue with that, And sometimes you don't know it right away. You get stuck in it. And it's like this twirl of
It's a whole it turn
storm
into a tornado.
to a tornado,
Yeah.
and not to spin a bright light out. And I'm just saying that's the reality that people are going through right now,
Mm-hmm.
and they have to know when to clear the storm, walk away.
Mm-hmm.
Like, all right, it is what it is. We're just not the ones
Yeah.
to be together. There's someone for you, there's someone for me, but it ain't us.
It ain't us together. Yeah.
And that's the end of the story with it,
Mhm.
and you end the story, and that's just what it is. And I'm glad we talked about it, because, I want people to, I didn't walk away from the storm. The reason why I did was with my baby mom,
Mhm.
and, my son walked up to us. We were fighting. It was in Atlanta. And it was, I knew you this time. And my son walked up, me and baby mom were fighting crazy. My son walked up. He's just barely learned how to talk. And he's like, are y'all ever going to stop fighting? That's all y'all do.
Mm.
And like that happened, and we both stopped. We looked at him, and I just realized, like,
Mhm.
that's what I went through when I was a kid.
Yep.
I watched the arguing and fighting my whole life,
Mhm.
hearing it in the other room.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm not going to be that for you.
Yep.
I'm not going to be that memory of the fighting where you have a trauma. I'm going to be the end of it. If you have trauma, it ain't going to be for me.
Right.
You're going to see me in a relationship, but it just don't go down like that.
Yeah.
And that's all I can do. And I feel like, so as an adult, I realized, like, for them out there, just walk away.
Yeah.
Walk away. So I know we got deep for a minute.
Mhm.
You know,
That's fine.
yeah. So that's how I like to do, kind of bring that deep part out of people in the podcast, because I feel like people, like I said, people are going through it and they can relate to it. And maybe they can learn from it. Maybe they can change from it,
Mhm.
like from the message that we put out there. So I'm going to switch the topic up a little bit, get a little lighter.
Okay.
So I know you work with a lot of artists,
Yeah.
throughout the years, like doing showcases. I've done a lot of showcases that you've done,
Mhm.
For me being in Atlanta, I used to do a lot of shows, and a lot of the shows I did were with you at your shows.
Period.
So I definitely appreciate the opportunity.
No
Always
problem.
giving it to me.
Yeah.
But working with artists, like I feel like there's a lot. There's like maybe something that we can portray to them about how to push your grind. Because a lot of artists, we're talking about for the podcast, they get into the game, they got good music, they're doing their thing, and then what's happening is they're hitting this brick wall.
Yeah.
They might be doing shows, they might be doing showcases for free or paying for showcases or whatever the case may be, but it's like you have to. There's like a certain way to get up there. Like first of all, we talked about moving. Like if you want to really be an artist, you probably should get to Atlanta. Like you can do what you do in your city, but if you get to Atlanta, this is number one. What's about if you're in Atlanta already,
Yeah.
or it's like you have to realize that this shit don't come for free. If you want to
No.
be a doctor, because rappers get paid. Like the rappers that we look up to, we see them on the all the famous rappers we know. They're making more than doctors in a lot of cases.
For sure.
So
Yeah.
much more, right?
Yeah.
If you want to make more than a doctor, then you have to be like, how much a doctor paid to become a doctor?
Absolutely.
They had to go through an education.
You know how
system.
much work they put in to be that doctor?
Exactly. Like that, all the schooling, 8 years.
Yeah.
Like a lot of rappers, some of them blow up. You got the young ones who they just have, you think it's luck, but they just got the right people around them,
Yep.
and they blow up. But most rappers aren't blowing up until they're in their damn near late 20s to 30s.
Yeah, and everybody feels like when they hear a new song on the radio that blows up. new rapper, they feel like they just started yesterday. You don't know, you have no idea how long they've been doing that till they got that one song that just actually blew up.
Exactly.
Um, yeah, they have no idea. Damn, what song was it? It was a song. I can't even remember what song it is. Dang, I'm mad now. But it was a song. I know it's gonna come to me later. And it's gonna piss me off. But it's a song that blew up from a rapper. I don't know why I want to say the baby, but I don't think it was the baby. Um, and they did an interview and they was like, bro, we've been pushing that song for 5 years.
Yeah, it was the
You
baby.
know how people, yeah, the baby, right?
Yeah, it was his breakout song.
And the breakout song, yeah.
And he was,
See,
and you know why he blew up was because he went to uh what is it called, CIAA
CIAA,
in
yeah.
Charlotte, right? And he had the baby diaper on.
So the baby's name used to be Baby Jesus. That's when I used to go back and forth to Charlotte. You know me for a long time, so I used to go back and forth to Charlotte when I was with Tape Hustlers and I had my whole tour thing going on. So we would rotate the artists from. You came to Magic City. If you were the top two at Magic City, we send you to Charlotte. If you was the top two in Charlotte,
Yeah, I remember that. I remember
we
that.
send
Yeah,
you to
yeah.
Jacksonville.
That was around the time I left here. Yeah.
Exactly. So we had the whole rotation. So shout out Chuck T, who is the guy in Charlotte, period. If you're an artist in Charlotte and you have not touched Chuck T's platform, you're tripping. So Chuck T, I was going back and forth dealing with him, dealing with some promoters and clubs out there when we were out there. And I used to always hear Baby Jesus, Baby Jesus, Baby Jesus. I'm like, oh fuck, I didn't call him Baby Jesus. Then I seen the promo, it's the baby with the diaper, and then he had the diaper and all that. And I'm like, what is going on? And that, like you said, that was years before that song hit.
Yeah.
So he had been pushing the song. And I think that's one thing that artists thinks happens overnight too. Like, you put out a song and next month it's supposed to be on the radio. And it's like, no, these people really push their songs. Like one song, one solid song
Right.
for years. You got to drill that in people's head. Just because it been out for a year, okay, these people right here might have heard it, but them people over there ain't heard it. And these people over here ain't heard it. So it's always going to be new to somebody. You have to drill that song in their head. And that's something that they don't got, though. They don't have patience. Everything is like microwave to everybody now. That's because of the TikToks and all of that. So everybody feel like it can happen like this. No. That's a tool that you can use now that we didn't have before.
Yeah.
So now we got extra tools. Like, they thinking that that's just the only way. And it's like, no, that's just a tool that doesn't take away from the grind that you still got to put into that single.
Yeah. I like what you said about the microwave blessing.
Yeah.
A lot of people are expecting a microwave blessing. What that means is they want to put it in the microwave for 30 seconds and it's a fucking hit. But the reality is the only people who are really cooking in the kitchen and making money is the ones in the oven.
Period.
They got that shit in the oven. It's baking, and bacon
It's
takes a little
bacon.
longer.
Yes.
Like bacon could take an hour. I ate a potato for lunch. It took me an hour to make it. You know, it takes time to make greatness.
Yeah.
Like you can make some cool shit in the microwave, out the freezer, little.
Even the air fryer, fire, but it
air
ain't. But
fryer.
it's over with.
Yeah, but
It's
when
quick.
you put it in the oven, that's the real way. You know, that's how you're gonna get the best product. People want things to happen overnight. As an artist, and I'm gonna tell you why, because there are some rappers that have done it. Look, everybody has their own path. There's some people who gonna just, I don't know why, but that certain song, it's just hit. Like they had a budget, but their budget wasn't that big. But it was big enough, and they were able to just take off. You're like, the song ain't even that good, but it just was catchy.
Yeah.
Like there's a luck to it. It's like gambling. It's like a luck, you know. But at the same time, that's like the random story. The people who you're like, oh wow, they blew up like out of nowhere.
And a lot of songs that are blowing up like that right now, like off of TikTok or something overnight, you don't be hearing from them people no more.
Exactly.
You do not hear from them people no more because, like we just talked about, it's elements and they all got to go together. Like, so yeah, the song is a hit, it's viral, but you ain't got no work ethic. You in the crib all day.
Right.
Not
It's
pushing it, not outside, not riding a wave. Like once you get a wave, I've seen so many artists do this. You get a wave, and the wave is gone because you didn't put the work in behind the wave. You caught, like you said, 1 out of a million. You caught the wave, but you didn't ride your wave. You missed it.
Exactly.
You missed it.
It's like this. This is how I look at it. The higher you go up, the faster you fall, right? But it's like this. I relate it to building a house. When you're building a house, you have to start with a very, very solid foundation. If you build that foundation right, you're able to build the walls right. You're able to put the drywall down. You got the wood down. You put the drywall down. You're able to build a nice house that's never gonna fall. No sinkholes. You find a good foundation. But if you build a house on a foundation that wasn't built yet, like if I went out right now and I built a house on the hill, it's not gonna stand up long.
Not
And
at all.
when you blow up as an artist or if anything too fast, what happens is it's easy to knock it over. It's like you have to have that solid foundation. So a lot of the artists that blow up and they stay blown up, they stay with that. They don't just fall off right away. Is because they had that foundation. They had that team behind them. They had their paperwork straight. They knew what they was doing. They was prepared for what was to come. If you're not prepared for the next step, and then you get to that next step and you're standing there like, I don't know what to do.
It's over with. It's a wrap for you.
You have to be prepared for the next step.
with.
And a lot of artists aren't. And that's not to say that you're not talented as an artist or nothing. You
That
got
don't
all the
have nothing to
talent
do
in
with
the
it.
world, but you don't have the right team. If you got a team behind you who's not trying to push you to the next level, and they got other people that focus on, but you got the wave, but they want to focus on this person. Like if you don't have the right team who's focusing on you, if they don't know how to deal with the paperwork when it comes, if you don't have the
That should have
grind,
been done
'cause
first.
that's your message. So that's my message about that. But let's get to your message. Your message is if you don't have the hustle behind you, because you can be good. Like there's some people who are just naturally talented. There's some people who be dunking on the rim, like they're dunking, and they don't even play basketball like that. They
At
just
all. At
You
all.
got people who play every day who can't dunk, right? There's some people who naturally just got it. They have a vertical. They don't even play. There's some people who can get on that mic and rap like Lil Baby. You know what I'm saying? Like Da Baby, like Future. You're like, yo, freestyle. You're like, they're so talented. You know what's crazy though? Most of those people I've met who are so talented naturally, they're not able to. They don't have everything else in line,
Or
It's
they
like,
don't really want to do
they
it,
don't
which
really
is
want it.
crazy.
They're like, oh, I just do it for fun. You're like, you're so fucking good.
But
at
you're
this.
better than everybody else, but they don't really want to do it. Like it's just something they
You
happen
don't
to be
want
good
it.
at.
It's like this random chance that you have everything. You got the talent, you got the team, you got the money, you got the want to do it, you got the hustle. Like you got to have it all, and that's not just with music. We're talking about life here.
That's life, yeah.
No matter what you want to do, you got to be all in. You got to be all in.
Absolutely. The hustle and the consistency is always going to override talent every time. There's no way around it.
Right.
There's no way around it. People complain about the most trash rappers, but the trash rappers is on the radio. You want to know why? Because they're consistent. They got a hustle about them. People are going to give them the money because they know they're going to make the money back. Stuff like that. I mean, it's going to override the talent every time. Like, you could be the most talented person in the world, but if you're lazy, nobody is going to invest in you, believe in you, nothing. It's just not how that works.
Very true. You got to have a combination of it all.
You have to have everything.
You can't just focus on one thing.
Or the willingness to learn. You know what I mean? Like some people don't even want to
That's it.
learn. You know what I mean?
That's the biggest one of everything.
Yeah.
The willingness to change.
Yes, the willingness to change. Like, okay,
Because the only way you can
what
learn.
I need to do. Some people not even open to that. They
Exactly.
like, I've been doing this. I'm good.
I got it. I'm good already.
No, you're
Like,
not.
You ain't never good.
Like,
you got $1 million
not.
in your bank account. Do you have that? If not, then you're not
You're
good enough.
never good.
You're not good.
I run into that all the
You're
time.
all right. You good. You straight. But if you're not willing to accept, see, that's one thing about me. Like, if someone comes to me and I'm able to differentiate the difference between a hater and someone who's giving me like
Solid advice.
solid advice,
Yeah.
solid criticism.
Yeah.
Like, if you come at me and you talking that shit, but I'm looking at you. You said it earlier. You said you only listen to somebody who knows better than you, right? So it's like if you're coming at me, you don't know shit, but you're trying to tell me shit.
And you're trying to tell me something.
I'm like,
Bruh, beat it.
okay,
beat it.
that's cool, but how the fuck would you know? You know what I'm saying? But if you're coming at me, you got the credentials. You know what I'm saying? You know, I'm hearing what you're saying. You know what you're talking about. You're not trying to tear me down. You're trying to just really give it to me what you think
You giving it to you raw.
do it raw. You know what I'm saying? And then I'll listen, and I will be like, analyze, be like, damn.
And you're willing to take it in.
I'm willing to take it
You're
in.
willing to
I'm
take
not
it
getting
in. That's a
offended.
big part.
Yeah, you didn't
Yes.
offend me by giving me that advice
Mhm.
because I agree. Like I see where you're coming from. It's an energy. I can
Mhm.
feel energy, and I
Yes.
can tell if it's on some bullshit. If it's on some bullshit, I'd be like, all right, you got it. You know what I'm saying?
I
And
appreciate it.
yeah, for sure. I'm
Yeah.
not gonna like sit here and change my life on some bullshit advice,
Mhm.
But if you come at me with some shit where it's like
Yeah.
you coming from the right place,
Mhm.
I'm gonna listen. So I feel like that's where people go wrong. That's a
Yeah.
very important thing to think because like people get in a relationship with somebody and it be the wrong person and they're listening to all their advice. And I'm like, does this person really want to see you win?
No.
Like if this person
Nope.
anytime you get advice from someone, if you feel like their intention isn't for you to win,
Mhm.
then why would I listen to you? I don't care who you are. It could be family, you could be a loved one, you could be anybody.
Especially family. That's crazy.
Especially
It be the family for real.
Yeah.
What they say, it be your own people. Like it be your own people sometimes. So yeah.
It's like you can't listen
Mhm.
to everybody.
Nah.
Everybody's advice
No.
ain't good advice. Some
At
advice
all.
is, so you got to build. I guess I was blessed by God to be able to know
Mhm.
who to listen to, but
Mhm.
I haven't always been that way. There's
Yeah,
been
that's something
times
you
to
gotta
where
learn.
you gotta learn. I've taken some bad advice.
Yeah.
Being honest, and that shit did not.
I think we all have.
I think we all have.
I
You
think
feel
we
me?
all have.
We all done that shit, and that shit did not exactly benefit me ever.
But it was a learning lesson.
I was about to say that. The benefit to it
Yeah.
was I became me now.
Yep.
See, like when people ask me what's the hardest struggle I went through, I went through a lot of struggles,
Mhm.
but I never would regret one.
No,
You know what
because
I'm
you
saying?
wouldn't be who you are right now. You got to
Exactly.
go through that stuff.
I had to.
You have
And
to.
because of that struggle, I might have, because a lot of our struggles that we go through create other struggles. Like you
Mhm.
said, you
Mhm.
went through a traumatic situation and it creates other traumatic situations
Mhm.
that create other traumatic situations. And that's just, it's like this domino effect of life, right?
Mhm.
But it's really about how do we pick ourselves up, you know, and how do we take this and become a stronger person,
And,
you know?
I hate to say it this way, but it builds character. Does that make sense?
It does, it builds
It be
character.
fucked. It be a fucked up situation. We all been through fucked up
Yeah.
situations. So situations do be fucked up. They be traumatic, but it builds character,
Strength,
strength,
courage.
and those things are things that no matter how you gain those things. Now we didn't say it was gonna be
We
easy
didn't
to
say it
gain
was
those
okay.
things.
What
We didn't
happened
say it was okay, but you gain positive things from it: strength, courage, all of that stuff, because you're gonna need that
in life?
in life. Period.
Okay, so
And
look,
you might have something coming later where you
right.
needed that.
And me, like I told you before the podcast, me being someone who believes in God, I
Mhm.
didn't always like when you met me. I was like, hey, I don't know nothing about that.
Mhm.
I'm getting money. I don't care about no God shit. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? But then I realized that like what God's gonna do is there's certain people He chooses, and a lot of these people He chooses aren't going to church every Sunday. All right.
Most of them aren't.
Most of them aren't, right?
Mhm.
They're people that He chose because they were able to take it. They were able to take a physical slash mental beating,
Mhm.
right? Like in life, whatever it is for that person, and
Mhm.
by going through that, they had to become this person. And we don't always realize what our purpose is.
Yeah.
Like, cause like we all have a purpose, but
Yeah.
here's how our purpose comes. It comes through our passion.
Yeah.
If you focus on your passion, whatever that is, I feel like a lot of people ask me, why do why are you a podcaster? What's your passion? I'd be like, oh, my passion is the podcast. But what one person told me, I forget who it was. I need to remember who it was. But someone told me your passion is not a podcaster. Your passion is your voice.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And so I'm talking to you, which is
Absolutely.
another podcaster, but also another person on their own path, like we said, their own lane, that is also has their passion as their voice. We took our own way,
That we didn't even realize
Yeah,
was
we
that's
didn't
really
know.
what it was. We
Yes.
thinking it's one thing, but
Yeah.
it's a broader.
I'm an internet radio
Yeah.
personality. Or I'm a radio personality. I'm a podcaster. I'm on the mic at the club or whatever it is, right?
Mhm.
But we don't realize the real passion in it is the voice.
Yep.
The voice was able to speak.
Yep.
We have different voices,
Mhm.
but they both speak a different message. But it's for people to hear it. So our question is, what are we saying? What are we saying with our voice? And that's a choice we all have to choose.
Yeah.
We were given a gift, but here I'm gonna tell you right now.
Do the right thing with the gift.
Yeah,
Because there's a lot of people that got the gift that ain't doing the right thing with the
because the
gift.
thing about a gift is it was given by God, but it can be used by the devil.
Yes. Yes.
And that's where it hits hard because
Absolutely.
Not talking about you specifically.
No. In general.
But in general, like a lot of people are using their voice for the devil. They have or their gift for the devil. You know, you got this talent. Like, damn, you good at that shit. But what are you doing with it? You know what I'm saying? So that's just what it is. You know, if people out there, a lot of people have the gift and they're using it for the wrong things.
A lot of people.
And it's like, it's just, my message to the people is like, look, if you want to be happy in life, because happiness it's all connected. People think it's all this thing where I got to have this dollar amount in my account and I'm happy.
Yeah.
And that's cool. But really though, if you live in your passion and you fulfill your purpose, that is happiness. That is the true happiness.
And everything else will fall into place.
Everything will fall into place.
Everything else will fall into place. It might not be when you want it to fall into place, but it will. You got to stick with it.
You nailed it. Because you went through some things and I went through some things and everybody went through some things, right?
Everybody.
We all have our own story. But I can't take, I don't regret it. And, I can't take it back. People die and things happen and it hurts. But man, would I be strong like I am?
Nope.
Would I be able to persevere the way I do?
Nope. I heard DC Young Fly say one thing. It's like people always look at it like, why me, why me, why me? And you gotta change it and be like, why not me?
It's a victim mentality. If you say why me, okay, well look, why did God choose you to go through that? Why did God choose for you to be toughened in that way? Why did God choose you to persevere through that struggle so you could help others persevere through that struggle? Why you? People think, why me, why me, why me? Why not you?
Why not you?
Right? Because you were the one that God said that your voice, the way you're going to persevere this situation,
you gotta go
going to help other people. And it could just be one. Because Tupac said it. He made a poem. He was talking about a crack in the concrete. There was a rose growing from the crack in the concrete. Because beauty can come from the most broken down places. This is a crack in the concrete. And a rose grew. Because beauty can come from that. Why not you?
Once you change your mind to think about it like that, because I used to be one of them people like, why am I going through this? Why are people treating me like this? Why? And then when I switched my perspective, that definitely helped just moving forward and healing and kind of looking at things a different perspective. Like, you know what? Why not me? Like, why not me? I'm strong. I can do this. I can get through this. I can get through anything. I'm not I'm firm believer in I'm not gonna go through nothing that I can't get through. I'm not put in situations where I can't get through. So let's get through it.
Right.
You know what I mean? So why not me?
Because I'm gonna tell you right now, like, I drink. I'm gonna smoke a blunt. You know what I'm saying? Like, we could take a shot, but I tell you right now, these people, like, we all do it. Like, we all take this or food or whatever, sex, and we use it as a way to like get over shit and like block it or just kind of put it on the shelf, right?
Yeah.
And we have to realize that you can only put so many things on the shelf. Like
it makes it worse sometimes.
It makes it worse. Like your bookcase of life can only hold so many books, and eventually it will be overweight and it will fall.
Yeah.
And so we have to stop. Like there's nothing wrong with drinking and smoking, but only if you're facing things. Don't just use it to block it. Because like I drink, I do my thing.
You can't block it.
You said what?
I say you can't block it.
You can't block it. It's always there.
It's always going to be there.
You can temporarily make it not exist, right? I'm drunk. I'm high. I'm not thinking about it. But the problem still exists. What happens is people go through trauma. And the reason why they're not finding their blessings in life, the reason we're not elevating, and I'm included in this because I was one of these people in a dark place mentally because I wasn't willing to face the things I went through and let it go and forgive.
That's hard.
So let me ask you this.
That's hard.
Did you forgive in that situation we spoke of?
I think now I'm at a point where I could forgive because you can't, if you don't forgive somebody, you're going to they're forever ever going to have that power over you.
Exactly.
You don't want to do
Forever.
that forever. Um, it's been a couple years, like I said, but there's no time limit on healing. But
Right.
years before, no, I was not open to forgiving anything. No, beat it, you could die. That's how I really felt. That's fucked up, but that's how I really felt. Um, Now, I think I'm at the point where I can be like,
You're ready
you
to
know
forgive.
what? Yeah. Because, like we said, everybody got their traumas. He's got trauma. I've got my own traumas. He's got a lot of traumas that people deal with through drinking, smoking, whatever. Um, I think it's just, and then I think it's just a matter of just like growth that I had to do to get to that point. Before though, no, I was not
100%. And
100% not
and
open.
that's
I'm not open to it,
acceptable.
but now,
Yeah.
at growth and over time, like,
Yeah.
yeah.
So I've said this a couple times in the podcast, and I just reiterate this message. When we forgive,
Mhm.
it's not for us. It's not for them.
It's for us.
It's for us, right?
Yeah.
We forgive people because when they come up, it hurts us.
Mm-hmm.
When they come up, it makes us mad. Okay, if someone's name comes up and it makes you mad, then it's really
They still got the
relevant.
power.
Yeah, this really relevant,
Still
right?
got the
They got
power.
a power over you, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if someone name comes up that make you sad, there's still a power,
Mm-hmm.
right? And that's okay because there could be a lost loved one that they still make.
Yeah.
That power is always gonna be there.
Absolutely.
That's okay. But all we can do is forgive for ourselves.
Yeah.
Because like I always say, like, with God and things like that, like God forgives us, right? We make a lot of mistakes
Mm-hmm.
and we expect God to forgive us,
Yeah.
right? But then we're not willing to forgive.
To forgive other people.
So why are we
Mhm.
better than God? What
Exactly.
makes me better than God? If I
Exactly.
expect God to accept me and say I've done some bad things,
Mm-hmm.
and everybody, if you can't sit on this mic and this camera and say you did some bad things, then you're a liar.
Yeah.
all
Why
done
is you
some-
doing that?
Like we've
Like,
all done bad things.
Exactly. We've all done
good
bad
things too.
But ain't
We've
nobody
all
perfect.
done bad
Nobody's
things.
perfect.
Nobody's perfect,
Nobody's
right?
perfect. Yeah.
So if you expect God to continue to bless you and uplift you,
Mm-hmm.
and then God's just saying, "Look, forgive,
Yeah.
forgive the people who've done wrong for you, because it's a poison in
Mhm.
your heart that is there." Because you hold on to it, and whenever they are involved, whenever anything in that situation, that realm of thought is
Like
involved,
it rattles you.
brings it back up and it
Mhm.
rattles you, and it's something that you allow that. But see,
Yep.
if you say right now, if you say I forgive him, like tell me, like, do you forgive him?
Mm-hmm.
Do you?
I don't know, bro. I don't know if I can
Like, no, I didn't.
confidently
No,
say
look, I
that.
want to be specific.
I'm at a point now where
You're not gonna ever forget it. Okay.
Okay.
It's not like, hey, we can just chill now. I want to
Oh,
be.
no.
I want to be specific about
Okay.
what forgiveness
I'm
is.
just saying,
right?
okay.
Forgiveness says, I let it go. It's
Yeah.
over now. It don't bother me no more.
Mhm.
We ain't gonna chill ever. Like we good. Like we.
Oh, yeah, never.
But I forgive you because I don't want to be hurt from it no more.
Yeah, so yeah, when you put it like that, yeah, for sure. Because just
What
in
for sure?
general,
You gotta say it.
oh, that I forgive him for sure. Because I've seen just how it can affect you.
Let's take a shot to
Yeah,
that.
let's take a
Mhm.
shot to that.
I don't want to see you hurt no more. You
No,
know what
I
I'm saying? That's the
appreciate
reason
that.
why I'm doing
I
this.
appreciate that. And people don't really understand, like, when you're not at that point, like I told you previously,
Yeah, which is okay.
nowhere near that point because
Yeah,
it takes time.
It takes time.
But it affects other things. You know what I mean? Like it affects your life in
100%.
other ways. It affects
But it can't
future
now,
relationships,
because you
stuff like
forgave
that.
him.
So
It's
yeah.
over.
hmm
I mean, other people might feel how they feel. You can't change that.
Oh, I can't.
But you can only change how they feel about you later, because you do as you do. You be you.
Mhm.
It's over.
Yep.
It's done.
Yep.
Now it's time to grow from
Yep.
it.
Period.
So the only way to grow is to let it go.
hmm
Just let it go.
Mhm.
That's it. Well, I'm really glad we had this conversation. I
For
feel
sure.
Like, I do this podcast. Like a lot of people come here and they be like, "Man, I feel like I'm going through therapy," but I'm like,
No, I like conversation. I mean, this is the
Yeah.
only way
But
that you
no,
can
I
really
feel
have
like-
genuine conversations,
yeah.
though.
And I feel like I don't. If I'm that person, I'll be that person.
Yeah.
For anybody.
Yeah.
And by me talking to you,
Mhm.
there's someone on the camera right now who's forgiven somebody.
Yeah.
And maybe they'll feel different tomorrow, or later when they are done. I just feel like this important. I had to forgive some people who did fucked up shit to me.
Yeah.
And they hurt me in ways, and I had to forgive them and let it go. And that's the only way I was able to build to be who I am, because I want my heart full of love. I can love you, but I can't fuck with you.
Hey.
Like
Hey.
there were some good things about it.
Yeah, for
There were some
sure.
good
Every
things
situation
about it,
is
right?
not always horrible. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, that's not it.
Exactly.
So,
Nothing ever is 100% good or 100% bad, right?
correct.
There was some good shit from it. I took that. That's cool. But the bad shit, that shit hurt, and I let it go now. Because I don't want to hurt no more. I
Yeah.
don't want no one to hurt me. You know what I'm saying? I learned
Facts.
from it, and now the next person I meet, if they're doing any of those things,
That's what I was going to
and
say.
that goes from both sides for him too. Not to say he's just a horrible guy. We could say that maybe if he gets someone who's able to trigger him like you,
Exactly.
hey, you need to get away from
Vice
that.
versa.
Because look, I don't want to demonize. Like I said, I've been in an abusive relationship.
Yeah,
I'm
and
not
it
gonna
goes
sit
both
here and-
ways. Like,
It
people
does.
always want to talk about the female when the female is the victim, but guys be victims too, and they don't
Yeah,
even.
they can't.
Or it might be just a mutually toxic
Might
situation.
end up on what day?
Yeah.
On Monday, I was a victim. On Tuesday, she was a victim.
Exactly.
And on Wednesday, we was a victim. You know what I'm saying? Let's not
Exactly.
sit here and act
My
like
bad.
shit is perfect.
No, for
shit
real.
is one-sided. We're not gonna act like that
But
because
the-
you know why? Because we're keeping it real.
Yeah, and the media always wants to like villainize one person, and when it's
They went to
not-
jail. They got arrested. That was the cops' decision. Both of them should have went to jail in a lot of cases. Let's be real now.
Because the state can make whatever decision they want to make when they get to the scene. They can arrest whoever they want to arrest.
Whoever they want. Whoever just made sense in that moment. Whoever that cop was feeling.
Exactly.
Maybe he was arguing with his wife. So he want
Exactly.
to argue. He want to arrest the girl. Like
Yeah.
that doesn't prove nothing
Yeah.
who they arrest. But the point isn't to put blame all that. It's to say that look.
Sometimes on our end, sometimes, not everybody, like I said, you got to have a plan. You got to plan this shit out because sometimes it ain't you try to leave the next day and you might be dead the next day, so sometimes it don't be you can just get up and walk
gave
away.
Such a good point because
You got to
there's so
plan
many
that shit
people-
out. You got to plan the exit plan now.
Right. There's a difference between a relationship and a situationship.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
There's a lot of people who are
Correct.
in, and you know what's the worst thing? Being in an abusive situationship.
Never.
It's like, but look,
I never me. I know other
Yeah.
people do, but I never.
yeah. But
Hell
just
no.
imagine that, like you're in a relationship, situationship,
Yeah.
but there's abuse going on from both sides or
No,
whatever.
bro,
Y'all
you're
treat you
not- no.
traumatic situation. You're only staying together because the bills are getting paid. You have nowhere to go.
Situationship is, and you live with me, and it's a situationship.
Or y'all live together.
No, we go together real bad. We go together real bad. We living together. Oh, we go together real bad. Ain't no situationship.
Yeah,
That's
but
crazy.
I'm just saying a lot of people who are in
I
those-
know it's a lot of people. That's nuts though. Y'all do better, but that's crazy. But go ahead from your perspective though. Like,
Oh, yeah, so from that's just a side note from for the people out there, like yo, don't have a level of self-respect, okay? Where you're like, I'm not gonna be in that situation.
Yeah.
Period. You know what I'm saying? And that's just general, and it's not even like me disrespecting nobody. It's just what it is. We've all been in situations that could be defined that way, probably in our life. A lot of, or we've seen people who have, and it's like, don't. You know what to do. But from my perspective, like for me being in an abusive relationship in the past with
Yeah.
the mother of my son, it's like me growing up, my parents stayed together. They got divorced when I was like 18.
okay,
You see what I'm saying? And then my mom died a couple years later.
okay.
I'm saying,
Sorry to hear
that's
that.
been- I appreciate it, and that's been my life. So if it was my hard struggle, it was going through that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But the point I'm making is like my parents stayed together even though they fought every day. Because back in the day,
Man, they ain't
people
made
used to
like
stay
that
together.
no more.
It's different now, right? But back in the day, people would fight every day and stay together for the kids, right? So what did I learn? That was the value that I learned. Even though y'all are toxic, y'all literally shouldn't be together. Like maybe my mom's death could even be put on the fact that y'all went through that trauma. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe that didn't help her health anyway. I know that much.
Yeah, for sure.
So
yeah.
I was like, I tried that, right? And we were fighting, and it was just like you have to learn in life sometimes that like it's like we're doing that shit. You know what I'm saying? We're arguing, we're fighting. Shit could get physical sometimes. Shit could get extra. Is drinking involved?
Absolutely.
Shit get extra.
Definitely
Shit
when
get
drinking
extra.
get involved, yeah.
There's all kind of shit involved. Shit get extra. We're struggling. Shit get extra. It just happens, and we can't just sit here and act like it don't. So you have to make a choice. You know what I'm saying? Like as a man, I'm like I want to stay because we have a kid, and I don't want my kid to not have a dad.
Well, at least you can acknowledge that because some people will act like, no, I really love this person. You're saying you already knew that the relationship was done, but I'm staying for the kid. Some people deny the fact that they just in a relationship because of a
You
kid.
said it right.
You know what I mean?
Like
So that's
I
a lot of I commend you for that. That's self-awareness that you can admit as a man, like because a lot of men will be like, "Oh no, I really love her." It's like, bro, you ain't been in love with that girl, and
right.
if you didn't have that baby, you wouldn't be with that girl. You know?
Exactly.
So.
The real truth is, I wasn't in love with her.
Hmm.
And it's like we broke up. Like we broke up. We got together. We broke up, and it was like she told me she was pregnant.
Hmm.
Never had a girl pregnant before. So what
Hmm.
do? I say let's get back together. You know what I'm saying?
Step up,
And I
try to be a
tried.
man, what you thought it
And
was you needed to do. Hmm.
exactly, I tried and I stuck with it. But we ended up breaking up. When I moved to Atlanta, though,
Hmm.
like I had a situation where he was like 1 year old. And I was like, I choose my son.
Hmm.
I brought her out here. We was out here. I never brought her out. You never even met her.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But she was out here. You know what I'm saying? I tried to make it work, but and not to diss her. I'm sure she'll find the perfect person for her. But we just weren't. And that's why I can preach that message. Because why can I be valid to preach a message if I cannot say I went through it? I went through that.
We talked
So
about
I
this.
can preach the
Exactly.
message if I have been through it.
Absolutely.
Right? And I went through that. And I made the decision to say, look, it's not that you're a bad person, not that I'm a bad person, but we just ain't
We're not
together.
good
And it's like
together.
when we fight, we fight. It can get physical, it can get verbal, it can get real dirty. You know what I'm saying? It can get bad. And some situations are worse than others. I'm not saying I'm just out there, but I put myself out there as a person to say, look, I keep it real.
Yeah.
And say, look, it wasn't for me. I don't want a relationship like that. I want to love you.
Yeah.
I want things to be genuine. I
Yeah.
want to be happy in life. I don't want to feel like if I feel like I could hurt you, or that if you feel like you could hurt me, because just being real is maybe it was more on her side. I'm not going to sit here and act like I'm
It's
perfect.
cool.
But regardless of who's doing wrong, you know what I'm saying? Like you see the scar on my face right here. That was from her. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, shit.
So all I'm saying is if we feel like we're okay to hurt each other, then we just shouldn't be together.
Mm.
And that's it.
Mm.
So me being the man in that situation and speaking to you, I say sometimes mine was a kid. Okay. That's a good reason, but it's not a good enough reason. It's not okay. Right. But for you, I don't know what it was. It's just that maybe he felt a certain love for you, but either way, people do what they do, and it is what it is. As a man's perspective, we feel like we're right in the situation. People need to grow.
Yeah.
People
Absolutely.
need to become a better person. It's just certain stages we're in. It's like someone who is, I am me today, but tomorrow I'm someone else.
Yeah.
And when I say tomorrow, I mean next year, 2 years from now. But look, I just want to say the mic just cut off, so the camera, we just lost who we were. But look, I just want to say that I'm very happy about this conversation.
I'm glad I'm here. Thank you for the invite.
For sure.
Congratulations on the show. I love the show.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
I'm just really about trying to make an impact on the world.
For sure.
Before when I came to Atlanta, I'm gonna do this music and shit, and I'm still on my music, but I didn't play you no songs. But I'm doing music for God, trying to uplift, as opposed to, bitch, I got that work, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I'm telling people now, if you're a drug dealer, maybe you're an entrepreneur. Maybe you got confused.
That is entrepreneurship.
It is entrepreneurship.
By the way. Yeah.
It's like I'm trying to motivate people in a different direction than before. But I just want to say, I feel like there's a lot of growth, and I feel like this conversation was good for you, and I'm glad we had it.
I'm glad I had it.
And I hope that
sure.
you take it seriously, what we talked about, and grow from it. And I feel like everybody out there, if you're in that situation, maybe you can grow from it as well. And that's why I do this. It is not just for me. it's not for me at all. It's for other people because I don't make a lot of money doing this shit. You know what I'm saying?
Look, we here. We already know how this
Right.
goes.
And sometimes I do.
But it's like you said, it's about your voice, it's about the message, it's about really like touching the people, man. Like that's worth more than money.
More than money. God gave me a gift, you know, and I have other ways to make money. I don't need this to make me money.
Mm-hmm.
If it does, thank you, God. You know what I'm saying? But if it don't, I'm just helping people.
Yeah.
And I hope the person I'm talking to, but as well as the person watching, you know. So, you know, I appreciate it, and I appreciate you keeping it raw and real.
No, for sure. You already know.
I feel like we actually explained it very well from both angles because we don't want to make anything one-sided because at the same time, it's never that way.
Never that way.
It's never 100% one way, you know. But anyway, I appreciate it. So before we get out here, go ahead and tell them where they can follow you. As a matter of fact, let me ask you one more question.
Okay.
If you could speak to the youth right now and tell them one thing that could have helped you growing up, what would you say?
One of my colleagues, my business partners, shout out Dennis McKinley, he says it all the time. Don't wait on nobody. Don't wait on nobody. Sometimes we feel like, I feel like everybody at some point in their life feels entitled, like people owe them something. Like nobody owes you nothing. And if you want something, go get it. Don't wait on nobody. Go get it. You are given a vision for a reason. You're never given a vision if you don't have the tools already. Now, it might not be black and white tools. I need this and that, but it might be something to get you to them tools or something that you need to put a little bit of work into. This is a skill that you need to get to this tool or things of that nature. But you're never given a vision that you can't execute. So don't wait on nobody. If somebody's taking too long, figure out how to do it. Like, you got the vision. It's a reason why you got it. You got the tools. You just got to figure out, okay, I got this vision, but where the tools at? You got them already. That's why you got the vision. You got to figure it out. Don't wait on nobody.
Don't wait on nobody. You know, your message has been clear from the beginning. Don't play with what you got.
Don't play with it.
Go grind and get it.
Go get it.
Don't wait on it, because if you wait on it, someone else gonna take it.
They're gonna take it for sure. And I'm gonna keep saying, you're not given no vision, no idea, no vision, no nothing. None of that comes to you if you cannot accomplish it. It came to you for a reason. Do it. Figure it out.
Don't wait.
Don't wait on nobody.
For sure. I agree with that.
Yeah.
A lot of people are waiting.
Yeah, we're all guilty of like waiting, even now, and that we know that even now, sometimes we wait.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Even us too.
Because we be trying to give people the benefit of the doubt or this or that. And, people that say they're going to do what they want to do, but if people don't do what they say they're going to do, still go get it. Don't let that deter you from it.
Yeah. Don't let that person be the reason you don't do it.
Hell no. Do it anyway. Make them mad. I love to make a motherfucker mad. I still got it done. You said you was going to do this, and you thought that because you're not doing this,
it ain't going to get done.
It's not going to get done. It's still going to get done.
But you know what? It got done better than you could have did it.
Hello.
That's how life goes.
That's how
they didn't do it, so it made you figure out another way, and that another way was better.
Exactly. And like from the beginning, like I told you, when I started working with Adimu and Eric, I was put in a lot of situations where they didn't give a fuck how I got it done. It needs to get done. So that's where that come from. Like, don't wait on nobody from the beginning.
And that's one of the most important messages here. So you just got to do that shit.
Man, get that shit done. Don't wait on nobody.
Exactly. Before we get there, go and tell them where they can follow you at, where they can find you.
Instagram, you can follow me at Carrie QTENT. That's with a C, not a K. My podcast page is just Get Carried Away .pod on Instagram. Follow us on YouTube. Let's Get Carried Away Pod. TikTok, Carrie Michelle QT. TikTok, Let's Get Carried Away Pod as well. Website, letsgetcarriedaway.com. So,
for sure.
Yeah.
All right. Follow her now. Check her out. We'll see you on the next episode.
It's time to let it flow. It's time to let it flow. Yeah, it's time to let it flow. Yeah, it's time to let it flow. It's time to let it flow.